Hello everyone, my name is Wayne.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we are your Bourbon Journey.
Welcome to St. Patrick's Day edition of our whiskey library, which we've decided to pull out 3 Irish whiskeys. 2 of them we've had before, one we just purchased this year, so that's going to make it kind of fun. Last year we tried bargain Irish whiskeys, and that was interesting for sure. So 2 from last year made it, and we had a little bit of discussion trying to decide which one we wanted to get. We knew we wanted another redbreast, so we were debating between, and you'll probably have things to say, but we were debating between the 15-year-old, which we've heard wonderful things about, and the Cask Strength. And we opted for the Cask Strength just because we tend to like things that are a little higher proof. So we thought that might help us to appreciate that particular Irish whiskey a little bit more. So let's go ahead and tell you a little bit about each bottle before we get started. The first one is Halfpenny Irish Whiskey. The company is Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. Distillery is Pearse Lyons Distillery in Dublin, Ireland. The mash bill is 62% grain, which is a blend of sherry butt grain and double charred barrel grain, and 38% malt, a blend of port pipe finished malt and first fill bourbon barrel malt. While it's non-age statement, it is a blend of 4 to 10-year-old whiskeys from 4 types of barrels, including a bourbon, port, sherry, and double charred barrel. Its proof is 86. We purchased it April 14th in 2023 while visiting the Town Branch Distillery in Lexington, Kentucky, and we paid $34.99 for it. Next, I'm sure more people are familiar with the Redbreast 12-year Irish whiskey. It is a pot still Irish whiskey, which denotes it was made from malted and unmalted barley and distilled only in a pot still. It is triple distilled. The company is Pernod Ricard, and distillery is Middleton Distillery. It is 100% malted and unmalted barley. It was aged 12 years. Its proof is 80 proof. We bought this one in March of 2023 for $73.99 at Beverage Barn in Henderson, Kentucky. Then its sister, Redbreast 12-year Cask Strength Irish whiskey, is also pot still, denotes it was made from malted and unmalted barley. It was triple distilled. Again, it's Pernod Ricard and Middleton Distillery, 100% malted and unmalted barley. It is a mixture of ex-bourbon barrels and ex-Oloroso sherry casks. And it's 12 years old. And what makes it different is that it's 114.4 proof. We purchased this a few days ago for $119.99 at High Spirits in Evansville, Indiana. So we're excited. We are a bit Irish, and as a matter of fact, coming up on St. Patrick's Day is our 5-year wedding anniversary because we were married on St. Patrick's Day. So let's go ahead and start with the Halfpenny, which again we got at a distillery on our bourbon trail, which is kind of fun. Which is why we wanted to include it. You know, next year we may pick up the 15-year-old Redbreast, and he may go to the side. But for this year, he makes it into our tasting again this year. So I don't think we need to talk about color on any of these because they are all kind of golden.
Yes.
They all look identical. So we can just bypass that and go straight to see if there's any kind of legs happening. We'll looking at the Halfpenny one first. I'm not seeing a lot of legs. I do see a ring forming. So it's clinging a bit to the glass. Let's see what the nose is. Yeah, it definitely smells like malt.
Oh yeah. It's like a peatiness there. It's yeah.
It's a very barley. You love barley so much, I'm surprised you don't like Irish whiskey more. It's got some citrus notes to it.
I'm still digging on the smokiness.
Yeah, I wasn't getting the smokiness. I was just getting barley and citrus.
I'm getting the kind of a peatiness. I'm kind of digging that.
But it's not peated.
It's okay. Let me start again. I'm getting something that I like.
It could be smoky.
It could be smoky.
Well, let's taste it. Here's the Halfpenny.
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 Cheers.
That has more on the palate than it did on the nose. But I'm still getting those citrus notes. It's like a lemon zest.
I'm getting barley.
Barley.
A lot of it. And there's a floralness with it to me. And I'm not quite picking up the citrus. I want to try it again.
The nose is so dominant that when you go to take a taste, the nose is just kind of almost overwhelming you. I'm getting some custard-like notes with it now. Almost like a vanilla custard. A vanilla custard that has some lemon layer on it, which is kind of good. You're not still not getting the lemon, huh?
I'm getting a which has been a run with us doing bourbon. I'm getting almost a confectionery sugar. There's a sweetness there.
Yeah, for me, it's a vanilla custard or a lemon custard that has vanilla on it, but I think it's pretty tasty. The finish is kind of medium. I think it said it was 86 proof.
Mm-hmm. It's not long.
It's got some legs that have formed on the glass, so it's got a little bit of viscosity to it. I wouldn't say it's not like a super heavy viscosity. Now yours looks like it's got really nice legs on it.
Oh yeah, mine has really developed a lot of legs.
Mm-hmm. I like the profile just because it's so light and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm getting like this lemon custard thing happening. Not a lot of spice on it. Not a lot of age. I'm not getting barrel notes on it.
Well, I wish I lived in your mouth because you're picking up a lot more. But I really like it. And I will say this right now, that of the three, even though we haven't tried the other two yet, the price point on this is outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking $34. This is really good. I'd buy it again.
Mm-hmm. Well, we do have a backup bottle.
Well, there you go.
We do sometimes do that.
Okay, so now we're going to go to
the Redbreast 12-year-old.
Now, isn't this the one that the Van Winkle family likes?
Yes, that they like to sip in the evening with it. Don't they put a twist of lemon in it?
A twist of lemon, twist of something. I think it's a twist of lemon.
And maybe an ice cube.
An ice cube.
Maybe.
Okay, that's definitely different. Now this one, I'm getting a little bit of citrus.
Yeah, me too.
I don't get the barley like I did on the first one.
This one's very citrusy. Got some pretty legs forming too. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It is lovely. Wow, they are really nice. Well, to Redbreast 12. That is very soft and pleasant. And the legs turn into this really nice viscosity when it's in your mouth. Got a great mouthfeel.
I get a lot of citrus on the palate, and it's orange.
I can see that, but I'm still getting, I don't know, maybe it's remnants from the Haypenny, but I'm still getting like a lemon custard. I love lemon custard. It's almost reminding me, those lemon bars? Mm-hmm. Oh, my son, that was his favorite treat, was lemon bars, and he loves lemon. So you kind of got that almost like a graham cracker kind of crust with it, with the lemon bar on top. That's kind of what I'm getting, because I'm getting some graham cracker with it too. I'm liking it. Let's try it again. Yeah, lemon bar. It's just crisp and light and refreshing, but it's got such a great mouthfeel, kind of like that lemon custard that's on the lemon bar that so kind of sticks to your mouth while you're eating it. I'm liking it.
Just defer to her. I'm getting, I like it. I'm getting orange zest.
That's good too.
It's light, it's pleasant, it has a really good taste. I don't dislike it in any way, but that's what I'm getting.
And this one's 80 proof. So for the finish, I'm finding it to be kind of medium. Mm-hmm. It's not an overly long finish. It's there. It's pleasant. It's kind of non-distinct for me. Mm-hmm. But it's just medium. So if you're like a finish person, you wouldn't buy this one based on the finish.
No.
But if you like mouthfeel and something light and bright, this has some really nice notes.
I would definitely agree. But what it does for me is it really intrigues me to go to the next glass, because I am curious what the higher proof is going to do.
Yeah, me too, because we've never tried the Cask Strength before. So this was great. Let's see what this Cask Strength will bring us. And I promise those of you that last year said, please buy the 15-year-old, we were also recommended to buy like the green spot, the yellow spot, the blue spot, and they've just gone up in price so much. And with their, their proof point, I just couldn't pull the trigger on one of those. But this intrigued me because of the proof. So I'm not saying legs forming just yet, but maybe it happened while we're drinking it.
I am actually getting legs on it.
Oh yeah, you got great legs.
Yeah. Well,
he does. Let's check out the nose. I can definitely tell it's related to the non-cask strength ones.
I'm looking forward to tasting this sucker.
It's got a very similar nose profile as the basic 12-year-old does, but it's just coming in stronger.
It's sweet.
Mm-hmm. Floral.
Hint of orange blossom. Oh.
Yeah, I am feeling like this is more orange than lemon. The first two are more lemon for me. This one's coming off orange on the nose at least. Well,
before we do that, please don't let me down.
First taste of the Cask Strength.
Cask Strength.
It's like 114.4, I think. It just, more is happening.
Oh my gosh, she did not disappoint. Jeez.
This could make me an Irish whiskey drinker. And we like the taste of it. We just don't reach for them. We have quite a few and we don't dislike them. It's just that we don't reach for them because I don't want to say they're one note. This one's definitely not one note. But that's been my experience thus far. Because they're almost all made exactly the same. It's almost the same mash bill. It's just how they choose to finish them. What kind of barrels, barrels are done. This is different. I'm
not sure that the quote-unquote Irish whiskey purist would like it because the cask strength. It's not my lane, but I would guess that it might be considered something that's not in the real realm of it.
And perhaps made for us that like bourbon.
But yes, but for somebody like myself and my wife that likes something with a little bit more punch, this has it. But I don't think it deters from, say, for instance, if you compare it to these guys, it's a little stronger, but I don't think it negates the taste and the flavors.
No, I still think it fits the Irish whiskey profile, which is the barley and the citrus notes and the floral notes. It's still coming across as the Irish whiskey. It's just it has more layers because it's got a little more.
I get orange zest with more punch. I get sweetness with more punch. It's basically this, but it's a little bit stronger, but it's not, I don't think it's too strong.
No, it's not too strong at all. And I think for me, I'm getting more sweetness maybe than you are because I'm not getting the zest, which sometimes is bitter. I'm getting like an orange marmalade. And it's because that's kind of the sweet note I'm really getting. And I'm getting some really nice nutmeg notes with it. That's my spice profile I'm getting is kind of nutmeg, which complements the orange marmalade quite well. And I'm still getting now, like the 12-year-old, I was getting the lemon bar kind of thing with graham crackers. This is more of pie crust to me. I'm getting it's almost like it was a pie crust that has orange marmalade, and it's just really good. But it's a buttery pie crust I'm getting with it. It's quite yummy. And while I'm sitting here just yabbering away, it's got a really long finish. Compared to the other two, which were maybe medium, that kind of went off and didn't have much to them. This is going on and going on.
There's, looking around me, we have bourbons here that don't last this long. And the barley comes in the back. Interesting. The barley for me is coming on the back end of this. And
on your finish?
Yes. I've been wondering about that because I hadn't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I am kind of picking some barley notes up on the finish. I'm also getting some really lovely barrel notes.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of the pipe tobacco barrel notes because
Mm-hmm.
it's got that floral thing happening. So it's not like super charred or like tobacco, heavy tobacco or anything like that. Or it's not leather.
Mm-hmm.
It's more pipe tobacco with the floral notes. But, oh, it's good.
Yeah. Once again, not knowing the Irish whiskey lane, if I go off of being a bourbon drinker, I would get this if you were an Irish whiskey drinker, because I think this is a real change up. It probably wouldn't be something like this. This would be more of a daily drinker, and I think this would be more of a daily drinker. I think this one that here you pour out every once in a while, and maybe pour for some friends that are into Irish whiskey, because they probably wouldn't buy it themselves maybe. It's really good.
Well, and what I was thinking is that we talk about this a lot with rye, that there are some ryes that are bourbon drinker ryes.
Yes.
I think this is a bourbon drinker's Irish whiskey.
That's a good call. That is a really good call. And
so if you're a bourbon drinker that's like, gosh, Irish whiskey it's kind of flat for me, doesn't quite do it for me, doesn't have the complexity that I'm looking for, the finish, because so many bourbon drinkers want that long finish. I ask you to try this, you know, and if you live around here and you know us, come over and try it. So, yeah, because I think I'm really glad we made the decision to get the Cask Strength this year. I still want to try the 15-year. Maybe we'll get that one next, but that Cask Strength is really speaking to me as a bourbon lover.
Well, like I said, we talked about it while we were there.
And we talked to the manager, Libby, about it too, to see what she thought and what she had heard and things like that. And she kind of encouraged us to go with our gut and get the Cask Strength.
Yeah, I was just intrigued looking at the label, because I'm thinking 80, 90 proof, whatever, and that's fine. But all of a sudden, 114. And you're kind of looking around the store, and there's bourbons around you that are not 114 in that store. And it's like, this is interesting enough to try. And I am really not disappointed. I think this would steer a lot of bourbon drinkers into Irish whiskey, and maybe even doing the opposite, going backward, and going to these guys here
to learn to appreciate them as well.
To learn to appreciate them, but also to pick up maybe a little bit more flavor. So this, I think you hit it. This is a gateway Irish whiskey for a bourbon drinker.
And it's funny, I'm sitting here thinking for our wedding, we had Jameson as our toast because it was an Irish wedding. Wayne wore a kilt. I should show a picture of us from the wedding. So I had a green dress and he had a kilt on. And we did Jameson. Of course, we had it was 2020, so just keep that in mind. The world was shut down, but we had almost 50 people in our house. But no one got sick. I will say that not one person got sick. And we did a whole round of Jameson, but there are probably some people in the room that probably couldn't have handled this.
No.
But it would have been nice if we had this to the side for some other people that could have handled it. But,
yes.
But Jameson was a great choice for that day because it was light and bright and everybody kind of enjoyed it. It was different than a lot of toasts that have at a wedding. It wasn't a champagne toast.
Yeah. My wife looks at it, it was the wedding without regrets. So to do a nod to a local distillery that we know. And anyway, this is very surprising. There's
in a great way.
All three of these I really like. Price point, I think this does it. I think this is your, and I can understand why the Van Winkles are drinking. This is one that you would break out. You could easily break out every night. Not a high proof,
everyday
not going
drinker.
to kill you.
They had it as an after dinner drink.
Yeah, with a I think like you said, a twist of lemon, and it'd be easy to do every day. And there's a lot going on. And then you've got George Foreman over here
that you pull out instead of a bourbon one night.
Yeah, and like I said,
we probably will be doing that.
Yeah, I'll be curious out there if there are any other Irish whiskey drinkers who have tried this, or would it be something that it would be taboo or against the rules of Irish whiskey? Forgive me, I don't know exactly how to put it.
Well, because they're typically the lower proof, but it follows all the rules of Irish whiskey, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's legally Irish whiskey, just that they did it Cask Strength.
They did, and they did a really good job.
They did a great job.
This is really impressive. So To the Irishmen out there, Irish whiskey, it'd be good. Coming up on 5 years that I've been with me wife, and I plan to stay with her the rest of me life. I wore a kilt on the day we got wed, and at night, I went down to bed. Cheers to all of you. Happy St. Patty's Day. God bless you. If you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe, and always remember to drink responsibly.
Cheers.